Oh, hey there. You know, I've been thinking. I've been in school 10 years now, and I haven't enjoyed a single year. I wonder what we could do to change that. Let me ask my friend Ethan.
My name is Ethan Bishop, and I go to the CDAE school,
What school would you be going to if you went to actual school?
Coeur d'Alene High School.
All right, so what do you like about school, if you do like anything?
I like socializing with friends, and for the most part, that's about it,
That's it.
I'd
That's
say.
it. Okay. So what do you not like about school then?
I don't like how much work we get, the stuff we learn. I prefer we learn the math and that kind of stuff in like elementary so we know the basics and then learn some of the like more important life stuff as you get through school.
So like when would you so you want to like completely stop doing the core stuff at one point?
We'll do it like maybe just like a little bit, but not just be the main thing that you're learning.
So so when do you think that would start? So you said do that in elementary for the basics.
Yeah, and then kind of like transition in middle school.
So like you don't have as
Kind
much
of do
core
like
stuff,
half and half. Yeah, do
and then
like half and half or something.
and then
And high
high
school's
school.
like very focused on life stuff.
I like that idea. That would be pretty awesome. What else do you not like about school?
Hmm, I don't know.
How about how
Can't really
early?
think of much right now, but yeah, waking up early. I don't like that.
When should that be
That's for
changed
sure.
to?
I think it starts. What time does it even start at? Like,
I
I think there should be like options for people. Like, people should be able to start at like 7 if they want to. I think that's what starts at now. Or they can start at like 10 and do like a later class or like 12 even. I don't know.
and you think the school day should still be 7 hours long, or should it be less?
Are they 7? I thought they were 6.
Well, they're like 6 hours and 45 minutes.
Uh, uh, probably could be shorter,
Well, yeah, yeah. For high school,
but
since you won't
yeah,
have the core
it's-
classes as much,
yeah.
yeah. So, you think you should still go 5 days a week,
I feel like it would make more sense to have like one break in the middle of the week,
like Wednesday?
because yeah, because right now it's just like you get 2 days off and then you have to go straight 5 days, or it could be like uh, I don't even know.
Would you rather have it like that or a longer summer break?
Uh, I think it should be like that with the same summer break,
Yeah. And
because yeah,
so you said you want to keep the same length of this.
yeah.
Okay. So you said like life skills you want to change or
Yeah.
you want to focus on. Like what are some examples of that?
Just like knowing how to do taxes, best way to find like jobs for your like careers that you want to do. Like how to be a parent, stuff like that.
Yeah, those would all be good classes. And what do you think about electives?
Um, they're cool since you get to do stuff like that you would rather like you get to choose through a lot of stuff.
Do you think there should be more stuff or
Uh,
do you like what there is?
I feel like there's a good amount of stuff, but there could be some more things,
Yeah.
probably.
But do you think they're worth doing or should you just rather have
I
2
think they're more
hours.
fun for students, probably,
Yeah.
than the normal.
Anything else you don't like?
I don't know.
Is there
I
anything
think that's about it.
you wanna add? How about if you had? How about this? If someone walked up to you and told you were in charge of making a high school day next year, like what would a school day in a school week look like? How would you do it?
Um,
Like how long would you spend on the core classes, and how long would you spend on the life stuff, and how long for an elective?
for a high school, I think that you could just use the core stuff while like learning about uh the stuff that's like better for your future.
I like that
Probably
idea.
there's ways you can integrate it since you already know the basics. Then you can be quizzed on how to use it in real life,
Yeah, I
like
like that
actual
idea.
situations. And then like not really have any of the core classes.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's
Yeah.
that's good.
If you just teach them both at the same time, it would probably be more efficient.
Mhm. And how long would those? So like, how many of those life classes do you think you would have? Like, would you have in one day?
Um, I don't know. Maybe like 3 or 4 longer classes or something. I don't know what all the subjects would be, but
Mhm.
there's definitely enough stuff.
And then you'd still have 2 electives.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds pretty good. And then you said you go Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Have Wednesdays off,
Yeah.
and you get to sleep in.
Mm-hmm.
That
Well, you have the option of waking up early.
well, yeah.
I mean, yeah, because some people want to do stuff later in the day.
Mm,
So yeah,
those are some
I
pretty good
think that would be
ideas.
best. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to add?
Nope.
All right. Thank you, Ethan Bishop. Those were some good ideas from my friend Ethan. Now let's hear from my friend Gabe.
My name's Gabe Dancer, and I go to Coeur d'Alene High School.
All right. So, what do you like about school, Gabe?
Um, Not much really. Yeah, I like classes that actually help me, like stuff that I actually do. So like my computer graphic stuff, I actually use Photoshop, so that I kind of like that.
Yeah. Are there any other classes that you're doing right now that are like that you like?
Um, I like German because I can just talk a different language, but a lot of other classes I don't really.
Well, that's pretty cool. So, what do you not like about school then?
Um, I don't like the early start times. Uh, I don't like the testing. I don't like just cramming information before a test. Um, I feel like a lot of my classes just have a bunch of useless information, so it's hard for me to like get invested into a class when I don't really see how I could use the material.
Yeah. So,
Uh,
so like what classes would those be? All the core ones?
Basically like math. I'm never gonna use logarithms of z and x.
Yeah.
Um, Science. I'm not gonna need the bilipid membrane to do anything that can make me money except teaching, basically. But like, I don't know, maybe 1% of students become teachers. So,
Yeah.
um, other core stuff, English, just a lot of writing essays, which I
Yeah.
guess could be helpful if you're like a journalist. But again, not that many people do that.
Mhm.
And yeah, those are kind of the core stuff.
What about history? Do you think we should still have history, or do you think it's
Um, I think it's important to learn about like the horrible stuff, so like you don't repeat history. But there's a lot of history I think that could be cut out.
Mm-hmm. And you said later start times. Like, what time were you thinking?
Push it like an hour back, so when we have late start days, that could just be normal.
So like,
So like 8:30 instead of 7:30.
and it would still end at 2:30.
Um, you could do that, or you could push the end time back too.
Which would you prefer?
Um, well, I'd like it to end at the same time and start later,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't know what that means as far as like changing the schedule to like a block schedule or whatever needs to happen.
Yeah. So, what else don't you like about school?
Um, I don't like that we don't have a study hour, which is like the block schedule has that, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not able to do any schoolwork or study while I'm at school. I have to do it all at home.
So study hour would be helpful.
Mhm.
So what else? Is there anything else you don't like?
Um,
Do you like how
Mm,
it's 5 days a week, or yeah?
well, I guess that's fine. I mean, I know that STEM Charter has like 4 days a week, which I think would be pretty cool.
Do you like you? So if it was 4 days a week, you want to have a 3-day weekend or a break in the middle?
I'd rather have a 3 day weekend. Even though this year, while we had a break in the middle, it was kind of nice. Even
Yeah.
though we still had schoolwork to do, it was just kind of refreshing.
So you said the core stuff had like some useless information. So
Like
would
first half of science, like the whole curriculum, I never could apply to anything.
yeah.
So I don't remember it because it's just a bunch of useless stuff that I memorized, and I couldn't tell you anything about it right now.
Mhm. So would you like add in some more classes like during the day? So like Ethan Bishop, I was talking with him, and he said that he would like to have life classes with the core stuff integrated in those classes. So like things we would do in real life using the core stuff. Do you think that's a good idea?
Especially like stuff that has to do with like banking or accounting. Like you can include math in that, or like the necessary math that you actually might use in life,
Mhm.
and like I don't know stuff that you actually need, like home education, uh, like money management, because you don't really learn that until you get out of high school. So it's like they expect your parents to teach you all this stuff, but like your parents are working, so they don't have the time to do that. So they should teach you in school.
Yeah. So would you be against taking like for high school, like say you had core classes through middle school, like all through elementary and middle school, would you be opposed to them taking out core classes for high school and just integrating that in life things, or do you still want the core classes?
I would not be opposed to that at all. I think that'd be actually helpful.
Yeah. And you said you didn't like testing earlier. How would you fix that?
Well, uh, as far as like, well, say my science class, it's like we get tested, we like learn stuff throughout the week, and then she puts out a study guide that has like stuff that may or may not have been on the stuff we learned. So the night before, she puts out the night before, and we have to study it the night before, and then kind of just like regurgitate the information on the test. So I think the testing should be like actually what we learned during the week,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I mean it's just a standardized testing thing, right? Like, all the students are different, but we're all measured by the same thing. So
So do you think if instead of would you rather still have tests and change them a little bit, or like would you rather have if you can do it then you pass, or if you can't then you have to redo it like that?
yeah, I think if you could do it, you could pass. Like in science right now, we're dissecting a frog, and it's like if you know what this is, you pass. If you don't, you fail. So kind of like practical tests, I guess, would be better.
Yeah, so instead of tests.
Just be judged on if you know the curriculum or not.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, speaking of the curriculum, do you think what do you think of that?
What do you mean?
So like the stuff if they were to leave the core classes in and
Uh-huh.
they wanted to change them up a little bit, how would you want them to do that?
Um, I don't know, like just leave in the stuff that we actually use. Like, there's a couple times in English I feel like, okay, if I could actually read an article and understand what it's saying, that's useful.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm just writing hundreds of essays about topics that no one cares about, then it's not very usable.
Yeah.
I think they need to, because these are like the same curriculums that have been taught for like hundreds of years now. So
Mm-hmm.
I think they should go through, if they were to keep the like core classes, they should go through and like deem what's actually necessary and what actually gets used in life.
Yeah, I agree. So, is there anything else you want that you don't like about school or that you want to add?
No, not really.
Not really. Uh, what about electives? Have we talked about that yet?
No.
What do you think about
So
those?
I think they're cool because it's like, in the other thing we talked about, like how we should be introduced to stuff that we could take college courses on before we actually get to college. So I think electives is sort of like that, not quite, but like said with computer graphics, I like it because it's something that I could actually choose to do,
Mm-hmm.
something that I like, or like language, I could choose which language I want.
Yeah.
So I think electives are probably my favorite classes.
Would you say that there should be more options?
There should, yeah, and there was some electives that I wanted to take and I couldn't because I was not meeting like the core requirements or like the core classes that I needed to get the college credits I'm trying to get. So
Yeah.
it's like in some ways they force you to not take some electives.
Mm-hmm. Even though electives are the thing that gonna matter most because you're trying out
Yeah.
different things, you know. Anything else? So the basic overview. So you said later start times, right?
Hmm.
So that's an hour back, an hour push back, and then you say 4 days a week with,
Yep.
and you want more life classes and take the core classes out and just integrate the core stuff in those.
Hmm.
And if they did keep the core classes in, then we need a more up to date curriculum, right?
Yeah.
And more elective choices. Is there anything else?
I think they should like introduce classes about like common careers that kids go into, like the human anatomy, because a lot of people want to be in the medical field, or like engineering. A lot of people try to be engineers. So like before you go and spend money on a bunch of college classes, they should have classes that kind of show you what that field's all about before you actually spend money on it.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
We got everything, all your topics covered.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, Gabe, for being in the interview.
No problem.
All right. Well, hopefully it'll change one day. Some more great ideas from my friend Gabe. Now let's hear from Sam.
I go to CHS, and my name is Sam Allen.
All right. And is there anything that you like about school?
No, I don't like anything about school. I like that it gets me out of the house every day, but other than that, it's really just something to waste my time. And I go to it to learn stuff that really doesn't end up helping me ever.
So
And I usually don't even remember the stuff.
you like that it gets you out of the house?
Well, yeah, because if I don't go to school, then I'm just gonna sit at my house all day and never do anything. I'll go out like every now and then because I have to, but I'll never like actually do something.
Mm.
Like I'll just be sitting in my room all day.
Okay, so what do you don't like then?
I don't like what time we go to school. I dislike how early we have to wake up to go to school. Like I have late start Wednesdays, and it is so nice just having an extra hour because I'm actually awake in the morning. Like I can actually see with two eyes open and like physically do stuff. But when it's 7 o'clock, not even, and I'm awake trying to eat breakfast and take a shower, I'm asleep in the shower. I'm not awake yet because I feel like that time is just too early to like have information flowing in and out of your brain every day. Like I feel like it needs to be a little bit later.
So what time does it start at usually?
Well, it usually starts at like it starts at 7:35. But on Wednesdays it starts at 8:35, and it's so nice having an extra hour, definitely. But they only do that once a week, obviously. So
So do you think it should start at 8:35 normally, or should it start later?
I think 8:35 is a good time to start. I like that time because yeah, even I wouldn't even mind having it 8:30 and it goes until 3:30 instead of 2:30. Like even if we're there for the same amount of time, it would still be so much nicer to just have it start at 8:35. I feel like.
Okay, what else don't you like about it?
Um, I don't like that. It doesn't. It seems like it doesn't really set you up for the world because, like, I don't know how to do taxes. I'm not gonna know how to do taxes until I'm actually doing them, and at that point, it's not even gonna be helpful because I don't know how to do them. So then, yeah, I mean, it doesn't like help you prepare you for what's actually gonna happen. I feel like we're just learning stuff, and I don't even remember half the stuff I ever learned in like math class or anything. Like I learn this stuff and I learn it, I take a test on it, I do somewhat good, and then I'm done with that for the rest of my life. But that didn't help me learn taxes. I mean, it just helped me learn the biology of a frog. I mean, so
Yeah. So like what other things besides taxes do you wish they taught you?
maybe well that's like the same thing. I would say buy a house, but that's like the same thing as taxes kind of.
So what do you think about the core subjects? Should you still have all of them, or
Like all my classes?
like the core ones that you have to take every year?
Oh, right. Yeah, I think we should still have them. I think they're good, but uh I don't personally learn that much from them. I feel like English class is the same thing every year. Like in my English class, the only thing I did the whole year was write essays. Literally the only thing, and it's really not that hard to write an essay. It might be hard to write a good essay, but it's still an essay is an essay. But math class, it's something different every year, but it's not something that I feel like will help me unless I want to be like an engineer or something, or like
Or
something that has to do with math or whatever. But and then let's see here. Science. I think science is good. I like science. There's always something different every year. It might not be that useful, but at least it's something different every year.
yeah.
Uh, but yeah,
And
I
what
feel like
about
they should have more electives though. I feel like you should be able to choose more electives because like next year I have to take a Spanish. I'm taking Spanish 3, but I can't choose an elective because that's my elective. So like I can't take any other class of my choice. It's just Spanish, which kind of sucks,
well,
but
don't you have
whatever.
one other one though?
Yeah, but it's another required class apparently. Like
Oh,
I only get to choose one elective this year or next year, and I choose Spanish because I want to do Spanish again.
well that
But
stinks.
yeah,
So what about
I
history?
mean this year I had two electives.
You didn't talk about
History,
history. Yeah.
I didn't know it was a core class, but I guess it kind of is. I mean I guess it's good, but because like if you don't learn about it now, you might repeat it. But I don't. Yeah, I don't know about history. History's all right, I guess, but you should probably have history that way. That way you can learn about what things have happened in the past. Not that it matters really, but I guess I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter, but it does because like it doesn't matter because it was the past. It's not the present or the future. That's the past. But it matters because if you don't learn about it, you might repeat it, and that wouldn't be the greatest because a lot of bad things have happened in our history. So,
Hmm.
but I think it's something that's needed to be taught. I would rather have someone teach history than English.
So, do
'Cause,
you think
yeah.
the four core classes we should have them every year from when we start school to the end of high school?
Mm, I don't know. I feel like you should be able to like at a certain point you should be able to pick if you want to take them or not
Yeah.
because in the end you can only learn so much. So,
So
but like
like when should you be able to pick them?
high school, I feel like you should be able to pick them your junior or your senior year. I feel like
Really?
you should yeah. I feel like you should just take them throughout the first 10 grades of your life, and then once you like start to get the end of your schooling, like the end of your kid going to school as a kid, you should be able to pick if you want to still take those classes or not,
Hmm.
because you've learned most of the stuff already anyway. So
Yeah, it's like, what more do you
just
really need to
right,
know
it's just
about
kind
it?
of the end.
And if you need to know it, then you'll learn it eventually, right?
All right, yeah.
Yeah. And anything else that you don't like?
I don't know. I think that's about it.
So if you had like your perfect school day, like start and end times and the length of each period, and then like so how would that go?
Okay, so on Wednesday we do 8:35 to 2:30, and I like that because usually we do 7:35 to 2:30, but since we do 8:35, they shrink every class by 10 minutes, which honestly does not make that much of a difference because I feel like what you can conquer in 50 minutes, you can conquer in an hour because it seems like every class you could do it a little bit faster. So I feel like 50 minutes is good per class to do, and then just have it from 8:35 to 2:30. It would be nice because you get out at a reasonable time and you get to start off the day somewhat awake, and you get more time, at your house to sleep or whatever. But like, I feel like if we went 3:30, it might be a little bit late because sports. A lot of people have sports, after school,
Hmm.
and that's just another hour that they don't have because if it started at 3:30, a lot of people's sports start at 3, because they try and do it early. But I feel like it would be good if we started at 2:30 and ended, or started at 8:30 and we ended at 2:30, and then our classes were 50 minutes long.
And then how long would your lunch be?
30 minutes.
You like
I
it
feel
how
like,
it is?
well, I mean, I don't like that it's 30 minutes, but it's not going to be anything more than that because I only take like 15 minutes to eat anyway, so, I'm fine with having like 30 minutes that way. I don't know. I just like having 30 minutes. I've had 30 minutes all my life, so I feel
Yeah.
like sometimes you have hour lunches, but I don't know.
It's too
I
long
think
for
30
you.
minutes is fine. Well, I mean, if I could have an hour lunch every day, I would have it, but then it just, I guess, I don't know. I think 30 minutes is fine though.
Yeah. So you said that you should have the first as a freshman and a sophomore, you should still have all the core classes, right?
Yeah.
And then a junior and senior, you can pick which ones.
Yeah, I feel like you should be required though to like you have to take like a math class in junior or senior year. Like you have to take at least one.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, say you took it your junior year, you wouldn't have to take it your senior year if you didn't want to. But, or if you didn't want to take it your junior year, you would kind of have to take it your senior year. I
Yeah.
feel like they should make it like that, which I think they do kind of, but it's a little bit different.
And then do you think that they would still have to stay the whole school day and like fill up the rest with electives, or they just do that and then do their electives and then get to leave?
I don't know. Some people, like I have a friend in my Spanish class. He doesn't even come there until the second period because I think he has just one less class. I don't know why exactly, but I think it's because like, he doesn't take math or something that one year or whatever. So he just has 6 periods or 5 periods and lunch. So he can just pick to like leave early or come in late.
That's cool.
Pretty sure. Yeah. I kind of want to do that, but I don't know how you do that. So I think you have to take like an AP class or something. So you're like done with that for like your high school years, I guess. So then you have like an extra slot to put a class in, but then you just don't want to. So then you just have that class period off.
Mm-hmm.
I think it works like that. I'm not sure though.
So just to recap, you said the start times and what else?
I said if they don't prepare you for life or like taxes, and the start times need to be changed, and pretty sure that was it. I think
So
there might
like
have been one more, but
like
and like you could change your like core classes some
mhm.
point during your high school years.
So like useless information you're saying for like
Yeah, yes. For
could
some classes, there's not that great of information given. I feel like, or like information is kind of like common sense already, but they still give it to you,
mhm.
but it's not that helpful. So
And do you think there should be like for your electives you can try out like different things in popular jobs? Like you know what I
like, what do you
mean?
mean?
Like
What?
so like a popular job is like a construction worker. You think there should be an elective where you like get to try out like building something
Oh,
like
that would
with
be cool.
yeah, or
That would be really cool.
like you what do you want to be?
I want to be a physical therapist.
So do you think in high school there should be like an elective where you can start like getting into that?
I feel like there should, but at the same time, that would be kind of hard because there's what 1,000 kids going to that school. There's 1,500 at CHS or something like that. But would you have like a separate class for everyone of like who wants to have this job and stuff like that? Because like if everyone had a different job, that'd be 1,500 classes.
Well, I
So
mean like just the general
the
like
general popular jobs,
yeah, well like the
or
general things that like everyone needs to know in each of the jobs.
oh right, yeah, I feel like they should have that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to say?
No, I think that's good.
That's it? Okay, well thanks for
Thank
doing
you.
the interview. Hopefully we'll get some change one day.
I think they'll change the times.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
eventually they will. They were like it's like a discussion right now. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure
I feel like
they're
they'll change it.
I'm pretty sure
I hope they
they're
do.
going to change it in like 2024.
Oh,
So,
okay.
it's not like it will affect us at all, but
Yeah, because we're gonna be in college if we go to college. So yeah.
all right. So, Sam had some good ideas. Now let's hear from Will.
I go to Canfield Middle School, and my name is Will Park.
All right. So, Will, do you like anything about school right now?
I'd say the main things I like about school right now is when the bell rings to leave and going outside for lunch. Those are the only two things that I enjoy about school. Yeah,
And then
definitely honest.
yeah. Okay, so what don't you like about school?
I think half the subjects that we do in school are pretty useless, and we don't really learn anything. Like, two of the classes during the day is art and drawing, which is a complete waste of time. That could be used to get an extra 2 hours of sleep during the morning so we feel more rested to learn during the rest of the day. Definitely start later and maybe have some of the classes a little bit shorter.
Yeah, like how short would you
Because right now I think they're about an hour long. I think 40 minutes would be good.
yeah, 40
I think that's still enough time to get in all the things that you need to do.
And you said you don't like your electives. You think there should be any electives like at all or just
I
none?
I think there should only be one, probably weights and fitness. That's the only really important one because that's the only thing that you really gain. I mean, drawing and art and all those other stuff you don't really use later on. But definitely fitness should stay and should be a requirement for all the students.
You think they should add any electives that are like the most common jobs in middle school? Like should like for example, if you wanted since like construction working is common job, should they add like an elective where you do stuff construction related? Or do you think that should
Yeah,
be
I
in like high school and stuff?
no, I think we should definitely get an early start. Like I was saying, like the 40 minutes for each class, the extra time that we're not in those, they could be real life skills, including cooking, just other real life things that you need to learn. And like you're saying, construction that is offered in high school. I think that should get an early start in middle school. Not necessarily going out to the construction sites, but just learning more about it so you can be prepared for high school.
So, do you think like for core classes like math, English, science, and history, do you think those
Yeah.
should be all four of them should be required to do in middle school and high school?
I think they should besides history. Like, obviously history is important. Some stuff should be taught, but half the things in there just really are useless and it's just a complete waste of time, my opinion. But definitely math is a for sure stay.
Like
ELA,
all throughout middle school and high school?
yeah, definitely.
Would you say you didn't like the main overview?
The main overview, school starts too early. None of us are rested for school. We're all tired throughout the day. I think I can speak for everyone there. And just complete waste of time during the day with unnecessary classes that we're taking, like some of the electives and that, which I think that should be changed and could change and would make it better for everyone.
So what time do you think it should start at?
I think the first bell should ring for school to start at 9 probably. Right now it's 9 or 10 o'clock. I think that'd be a lot better. Definitely get some more hours for sleep and probably get out at 3. I think that'd be a solid day.
Yeah. And you all for 5 days a week?
I think that it should be 4 days a week, meaning like a gap on Wednesday. I think that's 4 days a week is still perfect. You still get the same amount of learning in, and it's just a midweek break for everyone to recharge for the second half of the week.
Yeah. You like that too? That's what Gabe said. He
Yeah.
liked Wednesdays off.
Yeah, that was like the best thing that they did.
Mhm.
Sadly, they took that away.
So anything else you want to add?
I think that's about it. I think just the main point is school starting later, midweek break, and the unnecessary classes that we're taking. That's about it.
So I have one thing that I just thought of. Do you think school should have like a second half to it? So like every school should have a online part and a in school part, so like they can have all the kids and have an online and a school, or should they be separate schools?
Oh, meaning like it's an option to either go in school or online, but it's all connected with the same school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be really nice for some kids that don't like to go in school and like to get more rest, but should definitely have that online option. And it's just an opportunity to stay home where you want to be and still getting the same amount of work in, like same amount of school hours and stuff. I think that'd be a great idea.
And you think if they had that, should you be able to switch between, like, if you wanted to go online one week or like the next week you wanted to go in? Do you
I think you should choose like at the beginning and end of semester. I don't think it'd be too much of a hassle to keep switching every week. I think you should make up your decision the start of the semester. Then if you're really not into it, you can go back to either online or in school, the opposite of what you were doing the first semester.
All right. Well, thanks, Will. That's about it for
Yeah, it's no problem.
yeah. Hopefully we'll get some type of change.
Yeah, hopefully. I think those changes will definitely be better.
Yeah.
Will's was short and sweet. Our next guest is my cousin Casey.
My name is Casey Cook. I go to Canfield Middle School.
All right. And is there anything that you like about school right now?
I wouldn't say there's anything positive, super positive. I mean, school is school. You go there, you get your stuff done, and go home.
All right. So nothing you like enjoy about it?
I mean, nothing really stands out to me.
Okay, so what do you not like about school?
I don't like how early I have to get up in the morning because it usually interferes with my sleep, and I only get maybe 4 or 5 hours of sleep every night, and have to kind of make my way through the day, just dragging along.
You ride the bus, right?
Yes, I do, and that comes at about 7.
So what time do you have to wake up?
I usually have to wake up at about 6, just so I can shower, eat, and get out the door.
Wow. So when do you think it should start?
I think we should get maybe another hour or two, just so we can get up and actually be sentient in the morning.
So like what time would that be?
Like I would say maybe 9, 10 would be pushing it, but that'd still work. It would run later, but I think that could be worth it
Yeah.
because it would definitely improve kids' grades.
You think the school day should still be the same length?
I think it should, but I obviously think it'll take out a lot from the average school day.
All right. So what else don't you like?
Um, I mean, I don't like a lot of big projects that you students get piled on them.
So like all projects or just like ones you have to work with other people or like
I think people like working with other people definitely makes them easier, but projects are just a big hassle. I personally prefer other little assignments because you can get them done and move on quickly.
yeah. Anything else that you don't like?
Not that I can think of.
Nothing. So what do you think about the stuff that we do in like the core classes? Do you think that that's that stuff that we do in there we should keep doing or should we change that?
I think the curriculum could be changed to like help kids learn a little bit better or maybe go along with more modern things or
Like
even taking out big classes like science or history because a lot of those classes are substituted when kids are put in boost classes.
mhm. So like you said changing the curriculum like what are some examples?
Um like maybe instead of focusing on like in language arts for example, maybe instead of focusing on like punctuation and those big things for maybe weeks at a time, they could be putting them towards other like more important skills you would need,
Like
which
what?
I can't think of off the top of my head right now, but
So like more things that we would actually use in our daily lives.
yeah, or even like cutting off like parts of classes to maybe be put in classes that would help us when we're adults.
Is there anything else that you don't like? So if
No.
so how would you change it into like the perfect vision of school?
I would cut probably an hour off the day and shorten like every single class and make it start a bit later, like I said, and maybe add a couple new classes in there, like classes about money management or how to do maybe taxes or something.
Mhm. And you think that we should keep all four of the core classes every year?
Maybe not every year. Like one year could be more focused on maybe history and ELA because those classes are usually paired together. And then the next year you would do math and science because those go together very well. And then you just alternate for the years of high school or middle school, depending on
Yeah,
circumstances.
that's a good idea. So like so you're saying like completely not do English and history one year and you do science and math and then the next year you don't do science and math and you do English and history
Yeah.
for 1 hour a day still or would you go two
Um,
or I mean whatever
I
like
would go like hour and 45 minutes because, like I said, you can incorporate other classes that would help us out a lot.
mhm. So like what are some more examples of other classes you would want?
Um, I think maybe classes that students would enjoy, like they could incorporate. I know robotics is a popular one, or um, something maybe techie like coding. Like I know that goes with robotics, but maybe not just with robotics or robots, but just like more classes that are intriguing to students and kind of boost their interest to help them find a career they would enjoy.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Anything else you want to say?
I don't think so. That wraps it up. Those are my thoughts.
So just like the overview. So you said shorter school day, right?
Yeah, shorter school day with
Like
a later start.
yeah, later start. So shorter school day by an hour, you said?
I would say, yeah, about an hour.
And then you said like change the curriculum so it's more like life based, right?
Yeah,
And
just
then
help people out in the future.
what was the others? You
I
had
said classes that appeal more to students' hobbies or interests, help them find a career in the future.
oh, and uh how do you feel about electives right now?
At least at my school, I think they're really a hassle. I don't enjoy any electives that were put on the list. I feel electives is a burden to me, and I could be doing other more important things rather than sitting in school just to do electives that really don't matter.
Mm-hmm. You said like where you alternate each year you do like science and math, right? What
Yeah.
how would you say that? Like just alternating core classes?
Yeah, probably.
All right. Well,
Just yeah, pairing core classes or something like that. That yeah.
that would be a pretty nice day of school. Well,
hmm
all right. That pretty much wraps it up. So, thank you for doing the interview.
Yes, you're welcome. Those were some interesting questions.
Yeah, hopefully we get some change one day.
Yep.
Probably won't change soon enough to affect us, but maybe we'll help some younger kids.
Yeah. Help improve the intelligence of future generations.
Yep. You have to admit, Casey had some pretty good ideas, but my sister wants a turn, so here she is.
My name is Caitlin Costello and I go to Canfield.
And what do you like about school?
Just like my friends and the people.
Anything else you like about school?
Not really.
So what do you not like about school?
The time that you have to wake up
So what time
and
do you have
like,
to wake up right now?
well, I usually wake up at like 6,
And what time does it start?
like 7:55,
And what time do you think it should start?
like 10
And
or
should
like
it
9.
still end at 2:40?
Yeah, or maybe like a little earlier.
Yeah. Okay, what else don't you like?
The stuff that we have to do.
Like, what are some examples of that?
Like how we have to do the same thing that we did when like our parents were kids and like we're not learning about stuff and that's happening nowadays. We're just like I don't know.
Like it's outdated.
Mhm.
So, we need to update the curriculum, you're saying?
Yeah.
And what else don't you like?
Like the teachers,
What about them?
like they just they don't try. They say that they try to like make it fun and stuff, but like it doesn't like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
They're not engaging.
Mhm.
So how could they make it more engaging?
By taking like teachers that actually want to be teachers and not just grumpy old people.
Yeah. What else don't
Mhm.
you like?
Presenting.
Ah, So you don't want to present at all? No presenting?
Well, it should be like a choice. Like you can present, or if you don't want to, then you don't have to. Or like by just choosing on you, like to talk, like they should choose you if you're like raising your hand, not if you're like not raising
Mm-hmm.
your hand.
And if they gave you an option to like record yourself presenting at home, do you think that would be easy, or you just want no presenting?
Well, the option should just be like no presenting or the video presenting thing, or like actually in school presenting.
So they should all be options.
Mhm.
Is there anything else that you don't like?
No.
So you said like the stuff we learn is outdated. So like what would you change? So we said to update it, but how would you update it? Like for each class, how would you change it?
For math, maybe like doing stuff that you actually need to do, like building a house or like building a room or whatever. And for like history, like maybe show stuff that's happening nowadays compared to what was happening back then,
That's a good
instead of
idea.
just learning what happened back then.
Mhm.
And then for science, like stuff that like experiments or like hands-on like science stuff, not like coloring and stuff that we have to do.
What about reading?
They should just make you like read a book and like a book of your choice, and not like and not like teach you like what a verb or a noun is, because you're not going to be talking and just think, oh, what did I just say? Was that a verb or a noun
Mhm.
or something?
So like more useful things in all of the classes.
Yeah, pretty much.
And what do you think about electives? Do you think they're good, and or like do you think they need more options?
I think they need more options, like cooking or like building stuff, or more useful stuff that you need, instead of like art or like Spanish or something, or like anything like that, because you just sit there and do nothing like the whole time
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah, so you feel like it would be more beneficial if there was like things that you actually did in life.
Mhm.
And what do you think about going 5 days? Because I know you went earlier in the year. You went like 2 days a week, and then you went 4 days a week. Which one did you like the best?
Well, I liked the 2 days the best, like for the days of school, but all my friends were in the other like half of the week.
So, so you like the 2 days the best, but do you think the 4 days, like with no school on Wednesday, was better than 5 days?
Yeah, but for the Wednesday, we shouldn't have to do work.
So just like a catch up day?
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else that you want to add or talk about?
No.
So just an overview. So you said the later start time.
Mhm.
You want the 2 days a week to come back, but with your friends.
Yeah.
So like 2 days at school, and then was it the other 2 days are online?
The other three.
Three. And you said update the curriculum, right?
Mhm.
Find better teachers. And did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, it sounds like some good ideas. Hopefully we'll get some change one day. Some change that will affect you, cuz
Yeah.
it probably will take too long to be put in place to affect anyone that's in high school right now.
Hmm.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yep.
Just when you thought everyone was gonna say change the start times, add another one to that list. Next is Kris.
So, what's your
Hello.
name, and what
My name is
school
Christopher Clark.
and what school do you go
I
to?
go to Canfield Middle School. I'm a 7th grader.
Is there anything that you like about school?
I like going to classes and hanging out and stuff, and that's pretty much it.
So, what do you not like about school then?
What I don't like is, like, well, the people.
Mhm.
I don't like how everybody's such, like, I don't know, mean per se.
Yeah, like they kind of act.
Immature.
Yeah. Yeah, I can relate. And what
Mhm.
else don't you like?
I don't like how far you have to walk for classes. Like, I think it would be cool if you could just, like, have classes in a designated area rather
Yeah.
than just all over the place.
Yeah, like just like one wing or something.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
What else don't you like?
That's pretty much it.
What about the curriculum? Like the stuff that you do in class?
I think it could be better. I believe it was more, like, it's more based off of standards from, like, the 1960s rather than present day standards. So they make you do, like, stuff that you just makes you better at taking orders per se, rather than making you learn.
Yeah. So like how would you change that?
I would probably just have them make like a whole new but
So like
I'm really sure how you could fix that.
so would you keep all of the core classes like math, science, English, and history like every year?
I would make it so you have like certain classes per year, and you don't like do the same thing every single year. Like, for instance, some schools they do ELA like every year, and they it's basically the same thing over and over again. It's like a refresher, but you're not really learning anything new.
So how would you what would that look like if you could make it?
I'm not really sure. I think more people would probably want to be invested in school if that was like the way it was executed.
If you could have like for example, the first quarter you take like English and then the second quarter you take math and like it changes each quarter, or would you have it like a year or like two at a time? Is there any way that you would?
I think if you do like quarters, like you said, where the first quarter you do ELA, the second one math, the third one sciences, and the fourth like history and stuff, social studies, I think that would be like much better. And then at the end you take like ISATs and stuff and do refreshers of the stuff you've learned.
Yeah,
I think you would learn a lot more.
that would be nice. And what do you think about electives?
Electives? That's interesting. Electives are, I don't know. I don't do many electives myself, but I don't think you should be forced to do an elective. I think it should just be something that you can choose to do on the side.
So do you think there should be like more electives of things that are actually like interesting to kids?
Yeah, there should definitely be a wider range of electives in schools.
Like what are some examples of electives you would add?
Probably, I don't know. I think they should do a better robotics class, or robotics elective, and band. Band is pretty good. I've not done choir, so I don't know anything about that. But yeah,
Do you do band?
probably more. I used to.
What did you
I
play?
was I played the tenor sax.
Did you like it?
But yeah, I liked it, but I don't know. I kind of want to spend more time on like basic schoolwork rather than just playing music as well as basic schoolwork.
Mm-hmm. Oh, let's see. What else was I gonna ask? Oh, what do you think about like the schedule, like the start and end times and the length of the classes?
I think it would be better if you started around like 9:30 for most schools. Like for instance, in high schoolers and middle schoolers to get more sleep rather than making it so your schedule would be better if you go to bed at like 9 o'clock rather than staying up till like 12.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think anyone realistically goes to bed that early.
Yeah, it would definitely be better if school started later than earlier.
And you think it should end at the same time that it does?
I think it should probably be longer, like for 30 more minutes. It should be elongated for 30 more minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I think the class period should probably be like 1 hour. And yeah, you could have like 2 classes until like 11:30, and then the first group goes to lunch, and then you have like another hour of lunchtime until like 12:30. Then the second group goes to lunch for 1 hour, and then you go to then the rest of the classes are till 3:30.
So if you had it like one core class a quarter, so you'd only have one core class. So how if you went to school or if you went to that for an hour, say, and then would you have the rest as like electives, or how would that work?
Yeah, that's interesting. I think it would probably be better if you like had electives like free time and stuff, like well, elective time. I'm not really sure about that one.
Yeah.
Or like maybe it should just be like one class for just like one part, and they'll be in like different groups, right? So you have, for instance, one quarter of people does like math for one quarter. Well, for that quarter, then another quarter does ELA for that quarter. Then another quarter does another quarter of the like mass of people does science, and then the other one does history.
Mm. So like a basic overview of what you said you want to change. So you said start times. What else?
Start times and like the periods and like classes you would take over the entire school year, enriching classes.
So like making the curriculum more modern.
Yeah, more up to date rather than more like outdated.
Mm-hmm. And then better electives.
Yeah.
And making the core classes quarterly.
Yeah, that was definitely a good. I believe that's a good idea.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add?
Nope.
All right. Well, that'll wrap it up. Thanks, Kris.
No problem. Adios.
Well, that wraps it up for the interviews part. Now here are some friends that sent videos in.
Ah! Ah.
Okay, kids, take out your homework. I'm gonna come around and make sure you did it. Very nice. Here's tonight's packet. Tonight, students, you need to complete all these worksheets and memorize the vocabulary, as I just decided we'll have a test on this material tomorrow. Always remember, kids, the most important part of the cell is the mitochondria. And remember, your cell project's due on Friday, so do a little bit every night. It's not that much.
When did we go over that? How am I going to be able to do all of this tonight? I have so much stupid homework.
One thing I dislike about school is homework. I think it'd be very easy for the U.S. to get rid of homework, as most countries with a better education system than the U.S. already have gotten rid of it.
Hello everyone, I'm Carson Costello's friend, and today I am going to be talking about what should be changed in the school communities. I've got a couple of things. I'm going to try to keep this video short, but yeah, so first of all, one thing that really needs to be changed is the time we wake up. The time is ridiculous. My old school CHS started at like 7:30, which is crazy early. I had to wake up at like 5:45. I think school should start at like 9, which is a reasonable time. That's when, usually kids wake up on a normal basis, maybe even 10. Like the younger kids in elementary should be waking up earlier, because they don't really need as much sleep because they go to bed earlier, so they don't really need to go later. Also, another thing is the teachers should be getting paid more, because lately no one really wants to be a teacher anymore. And if they're getting paid more, then they're going to want to, do a better job, because teachers, in my opinion, the more that they get paid, the better quality teacher you get, because getting $10, $13 an hour isn't going to really get you a quality teacher. So, yeah, so teachers should be getting paid more, and like I said, the time should be changed. And let me think. There's a couple other things, but those are the two main ones that I can think of right now. Also, teachers, they are liberals, and they think that the Democrats are going to give them more money, even though they don't. And I think Republicans should be teaching the students, because they are definitely smarter than the liberals, and they would be teaching us better things, and that would make better quality schools, build more schools, because there's only a couple schools, especially for middle schools. A new school hasn't been built in a long, long time, and we need more schools so kids can learn more. The classes are getting really big, so kids aren't learning as much. I'm doing online school right now, and I'm learning a lot more than I did when I was at CHS. And yeah, so those are my opinions. I think they're facts. Maybe you guys don't agree. Maybe you do agree. Yeah, so hopefully this video was helpful for your report, Carson, and I hope you guys enjoyed. All right, have a good day. Bye.
I think we need to stop wasting our time and do something else with it, because what we're doing right now is not a good use of our time.
I am Carson Costello, and I go to the CDAE school, and if I wasn't going there, then I would be going to Coeur d'Alene High School. And what I like about school is getting to mess around with my friends, and I have something that I wrote a while ago that I will read for things that I don't like about school and how they should be changed. How many times have you had to know what a noun is when you aren't in school? How about a verb or an adjective? Can't remember, can you? What about a nucleus or a mitochondria? The stuff that we spend our time doing in school is not what it should be spent on. We all need some basic understanding of the core subjects, but that is what elementary school is for. How many times a day do you have to eat? What are your hobbies or things that interest you? I think school should teach us more about things that we use in everyday life. In elementary school, we should learn the core subjects, math, history, science, and English, for 3 days a week, 1 hour per subject per day. The rest of the time, kids should be learning how to cook healthy meals, learning how to type, their electives, and being more social. America is one of the most obese countries because kids aren't educated about their food and their bodies. Typing is a very important skill in the world today because over 40% of jobs require computers, and if you can type, you can be efficient and get things done at your job. All of this technology and the pandemic has made kids more antisocial than ever, and it doesn't help when every time they try to talk in a classroom they get yelled at. They should be constantly working together to figure things out because that is how it is in the real world. Middle school should only require 3 of the 4 core classes of your choice for 3 days a week, 1 hour per class per day. Kids should still learn all the things I listed above and start learning how to manage money, fill out an application, practice interviews, and learn how to pay bills/write checks. The first 2 years of high school, only 2 of the 4 core classes should be needed for 3 days a week, 1 hour per subject per day. Students should continue to learn cooking, typing, money management, being social, and everything else I mentioned. They should also start dabbling in the areas of the careers they want to do. For example, if they want to be a doctor, there should be a intro to medical things class they can do. The last 2 years of high school should only require 1 of the 4 core classes of your choice, and the rest of the time should be spent on classes that prepare you for the real world and your career path. This is how it should be, so you know if you want to continue on that career path before you have to spend tens of thousands of dollars for college and realize you might not be interested in that career anymore. I know that the curriculum makers want to hold kids back from learning too quickly because they might advance further than themselves. We need to do something because the curriculum is broken and kids are wasting their time.